Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. As you can see, I have moved my workshop across to here. Processing is still over there, but workshop we've now moved across, which is all of my, the lathe and wire mill and stuff, all running completely off these four advanced diesel generators with nitro diesel in them. So yeah, looking good, getting ahead. I mentioned last time, I think that we might be running out of steam soon. I had to add another layer to the top of this low pressure boiler. I found out with even with these three machines supposedly being able to do 96, it sort of topped out around the 80, 81 EU per tick area. So once I got past about 81, 82, these things just use up too much steam. As you can see now though, we're now running close to 84 EU per tick, which is fantastic. I also managed to make a dense energy cell just to act as a bit of a buffer. Anyway, all that aside, that's not actually what I wanted to do today. I do finally want to get on with probably a fairly big project, maybe one of the biggest projects I've done so far in this iteration. We're going to need a ton of chrome, and after that we're going to need a ton of osmium. Osmium is ridiculously hard to get in this pack, so we'll work on chrome first. Now, there are two vital pieces of equipment that I really want to get done today. One of them is the recycler, which should produce some scrap for us. The next thing is the scanner, so that we can scan in our initial piece of chrome dust, which means we should then be able to replicate it. Now, this is quite a big, complicated thing with GregTech. There's a few different things that use UU matter these days. You've got the mass fabricator, which is fantastic. That's what we use to produce stuff. The other thing you've got is an amplifabricator. Now, an amplifabricator lets you make UU amplifier. So there's sort of two liquids in this. There's UU amplifier and then there's UU matter. I haven't quite worked out exactly what is needed of each of these yet. I'm obviously going to need to make a tank for UU matter and a tank for the UU amplifier. Sorry, there we go. UU amplifier. UU matter. So there's UU matter and UU. Yeah, it's very confusing. To start with, anyway, we're going to need to do our recycler and scanner. So let's get on with those first of all. I'm just going to make the basic ones this time. So I might, yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do this on camera or not. I might go away and quickly I'm just going to make the basic versions. One of the things that is going to be really nasty, if I just show you the chrome, like if I just hit U on that. Now in the scanner. Now, as you can see, 32 EU per tick constantly for 21,000 and as close as possible to 300 seconds. Now that I did some working out is something around 355 minutes, which is just shy of 6 hours. So that's a massively long running thing to have happening. And if you look at the osmium is even worse from memory. Scanner, there we go. Yeah, 77,000. That's something like 21 hours or 22 hours or something. And a humongous amount of power. 49 million EU. Even the Chrome one is a ridiculous amount of EU. So I'm definitely not going to run it off my nitro diesel because that's pretty precious. Steam's nice and renewable though, so I might just plonk. I'll plonk a scanner down, probably down here actually, very close to the machine, seeing as it needs all 32 EU per tick. And then I'll throw a recycler in here somewhere as well. And then what we might start doing is wiring up some of our waste to go into the recycler, capture the scrap back, throw it in a barrel, and that should be us for the episode, really. So anyway, I will run away. Actually, I've decided to run away. I'm going to make the basic 32 scanner and the recycler. I'll be back in just a moment and we'll plug them all in. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back and I have my basic recycler and my basic scanner, which are the two first items we're going to need on this little UU matter journey. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to make the scanner pretty close. I may even just throw it down here. Or on top of there, maybe. Yeah, look, I'm going to throw it there just because I'm a bit worried about it not getting enough power. The other one, sure, it might as well go close as well. So, in here we have our scanner. Awesome, we can scan some items. We put the data orb in there. The basic recycler, we should be able to throw stuff in there now. I'm not sure what the config is. Sand and cobble, you've always got heaps of, so let's just see if it works. Wow, so the cobble is allowed, that's cool. Sand is allowed as well, runs a bit, no, same speed. So that may or may not produce scrap. There's a chance to produce scrap, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, maybe if it's disabled, just runs through and doesn't actually give you anything. Recipes. No, you can't even see the recipes. So you don't even know what could be recycled. That's not looking very hopeful though. So we're going to need something more substantial. Endstone maybe? Gravel? Yeah, I'd say gravel's probably not allowed either. Obsidian potentially. I don't really have anything else that I'm willing to part with right now. Oh, wood. Wood. We have some wood that I can part with. So the recycler works. It's just not giving me anything as yet. Ah, there we go, scrap. Awesome. So we've now got some scrap. So endstone works, so we can always put a quarry in the end or something. It's not a terribly high rate of producing stuff though. Right, cool. So I'm going to leave that going. Now, scanner is the next thing, and the big thing we need from the scanner is the data orb. Now, while I was off camera, I realized this is going to be completely nuts to make. So to make the data orb, you need an assembler, but you need a 256 EU per tick assembler, which means I need to make the 512 one. We're also going to need some engraved crystal chips and 2 data control circuits. Again, engraved crystal chips. I made this precision laser engrave. I think one of the previous episodes I made the 512 EU version of this, so I can actually get these engraved crystal chips from Emerald, or you can do it with olivine. I think I've got olivine there. And then of course 2 of these, needing a bunch of stuff, needing 3 of these, needing that. So there's another 6 engraved crystal chips, so it's at 24. So there's 24 engraved crystal chips just go into this as it is. This is an assembler, again, needs 512 EU per tick. This here, another assembler, a forming press, high voltage wiring. I mean, we've made a lot of this sort of stuff before for some of the other things, so I might run away and make myself a 512 assembler. This is going to be no mean feat either, because assembling machine, there we go. 512 needs 2 robot arms, 2 conveyor modules. Conveyor modules, look at that, so we're up to 4 electric motors already, plus another 2, 4, that's 8, and then another 1 in here. So much stainless steel. Oh my god, so much stainless steel. Another stainless steel, another stainless steel. The electric motors need stainless steel, and then just normal steel, gold, copper. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to whip up one of these things. So I'm going to run away off camera. We should have, actually, we should have in here somewhere olivine plates. So we're going to need 24 of these to start with. So there we go. We're going to get our etched things out of there. Alright, I'm going to be back in. Ooh, goes green. Awesome. I didn't realize the color changed. Cool. So I'm going to be back in just a moment. Just a moment for you. Probably a significant amount of time for me, as I don't even know if I've got enough stainless steel for this. It's going to take me a bit of doing to get this assembler, but we really need it if we want to get on with our scanning. So I will see you in just a moment. Okay, we are back, and I've had to make quite a few things this time around. I've got my advanced assembling machine 2, which is what I needed to make some of the bits. I've also had to make an advanced forming press 2. All of these just to get some of the things for the data orb. I haven't done the last step of this yet. I thought I'd do that on camera. So I've got engraved crystal chips. I need to make 2 data control circuits, which means I need 3 data storage circuits and a processor board. I've managed to make 6 data storage circuits and 2 processor boards, so that'll be the 2 that we need. They can go into there. Now the difficult bit with this is I'm going to need some either molten lead, molten tin, or molten soldering alloy. Soldering alloy is what I'm going to go for because I've got some of that. The difficult bit is getting it molten and getting it in there. So rather than building and trying to figure out how to get the voltages in these things next to each other, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this. This is a fluid extractor. So I'm going to set this to output, and I'm going to attempt to pipe it in. Here we go. I haven't tried this before either, so there you go, it's gone. 4163. Yeah, so this is what I was afraid of. I'm not sure how fast these pipes transfer stuff, and if any gets left in the pipe. It does seem to eventually get there. 41, come on, just a couple more. Awesome, data control circuit. Right, so we can do that. So we'll throw another soldering alloy in there. So yeah, it will transfer through. It eventually gets there. I did find that there's this thing called a portable scanner from Extra Utilities, and if you right-click on the pipes, it'll actually tell you how much fluid is inside each pipe. So we go, there's 2. 2 in that pipe now. 0, 0, 0. There we go. So it does just take a while. Now, final bit of the data orb is the assembler. 18 of those and 2 of those. Woohoo! Awesome. So that's going to take 25 seconds, not too bad to do. I'll put my, where are we? Soldering alloy back. Put some steel back that I was using. Just throw the scanner back in my toolbox. The other thing I was going to need is that chrome dust. Now, I did actually end up with some extra chrome between recording the last part and now. It's just because I processed a bit of ruby ore. I thought I was going to need some more chrome. These things used all of my stainless steel. This machine here. Oh, there's our data orb. Awesome. So, I mean, that machine is just absolutely crazy. The assembler. I mean, making the robot arms and the conveyor modules is just absolutely nuts. And then the forming press again. Yeah, that one there. Another couple of pistons, some more advanced circuits, and even these hulls take, 8 stainless steel. So it took a while. It took a while of, especially the smelting portion of it. Took a while in that blast furnace. Alright, so the moment of truth. That's the recycler. Here's the scanner. We've got a data orb. That should go in there. Let's scan some chrome. Let's use them both up. Now, remember, this is going to take something like 6 hours to do. So I am just hoping and hoping and hoping that this is going to actually work. What happens if I use the scanner on it? Shift click. Oh, there we go. Inventory slot 0 of 8, size slot 0 of 4, tile data. Nah, there's no decent data coming out of that. I think there is a better scanner that you can use. Potentially not the Extra Utilities one. This one, the Greg Tech one. Not the debug scanner, but yeah, this tricorder thing. But it is just, again, a pretty crazy thing to make. Yeah, I've probably got the ingredients to make this. It's just, a bit nasty with the lithium battery. Wow, 8 lithium. Lithium is always a pain to get. All right, so that's pretty much that. This is going to take now 6 hours. We are hopefully not using steam too fast. So now this is what I was going to be worried of. Because if this uses steam too much, it's not going to last 6 hours. 2, 1, yeah, that's not going to last 6 hours, I'm afraid. So I'm not sure where the hold-up is. I'm not sure where the hold-up is. I know that these things use power when they're not outputting. They do use they use a little bit of steam. Sorry. So I'll just remove those. 432, 432, 434, 435, 436. All right. So that might have been just enough. Just enough to break those two dynamos off and have this filling back up. So it looks like we're good, and we will just be there for a very long time. Okay, so I'm gonna end this episode here. Next episode we'll come back and I'll give you the results of this scan, and we'll start making some of the next stuff we need for matter fabrication, which will be stuff like the mass fabricator, we're going to need the ampli fabricator, and the thing that's going to be really hard to make is the replicator, the basic one of which needs these osmium wires, which means we're going to need at least 2 pieces of osmium for that. LV machine tin, yeah. So nothing else needs osmium as far as I'm aware. If we go for the lowest one, yeah, that's not going to need osmium. And the 32 mass fabricator. Oh, okay, so this is going to need some osmium as well. So it's going to need another 2, so that's 4, 6. So we're going to need 6 osmium just to get this going. Now the only way to get osmium is by processing iridium, so it's gonna, yeah, this is gonna take a while for us to get this sorted. But next episode we should be able to get started on some of those machines, at least start making some of the UU matter or the ampli matter stuff. And then, yeah, I guess it's just a matter of processing a lot of stuff and setting some of this up to be automated so I can chuck a bunch of stuff at it. Alright, well that's going to be it from me for this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next episode.